Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. When you go to the movie theater and you're watching a movie, do you really believe that James Bond is some kind of secret agent that you're really watching? Like, well, even documentaries are, they give you only one vantage point, but do you really believe you're watching actual people? Do you say to yourself, wow, this is actually taking place? All of there are no special effects. This is actually taking place. This is the reality. This is actually somebody's life. My goodness, James Bond is really, he's amazing. Look what he actually is really doing. Oh my goodness, he's jumping from a bridge and falling on a motorcycle and then speeding and, outrunning the people chasing him. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. He's going through this market square. This is really happening. This is amazing. These aren't actors. There isn't a producer and a director. There aren't special effects. We're not in this movie theater. No, we're actually looking at someone's life real time. Do you say that? Is that something that you say? When you go to a play, do you say, my goodness, these people are actually not acting. They're giving you their real, raw emotion, and everything they say is from the heart. They're not reading a script. Do you say that? No, you don't. You don't say that. You go into the movie theater and you expect, you allow yourself for 2 hours or an hour and a half to be swept away. You allow yourself for a certain time period to believe anything. Because it's an experience that gives you enjoyment. You look at the stage or you look at the screen and you say, I'm going to pretend right now that I'm in a different world, a different universe, a different plane of existence, and I'm just going to enjoy the movie. This is what people are doing with the Democratic primary. And they've been doing this for years, ever since Clinton lost. Actually, ever since Bernie Sanders was cheated. They've been doing this ever since Bernie Sanders was cheated. And you have to understand something. You would the action film that you watch with everything going on and the stunt people and the graphics and the special effects, that's more real than the Democratic primary of 2020. Joe Biden has zero chance to become nominee. Zero chance. Okay? Nobody wants Biden. He doesn't have any support. He's number one in the polls simply because Warren and Bernie Sanders are not viewed as feasible, as realistic candidates by Democrats. So to my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. But Biden he fought grape nuts and cornflakes, and he got .08 in Iowa. I wrote in 2017 in the Huffington Post, the article is below, Clinton 2020 is a reality, get ready for 8 years of Trump. Now I say thank God, Trump is a very good president. Record low unemployment, record high in the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P. First president to begin détente between North and South Korea. She's going to get into the contest. She has up until the day before the convention. Whether she gets in tomorrow, whether she gets in a week before Super Tuesday, it doesn't matter. This is today. Clinton strategists don't rule out Hillary run amidst news of Bloomberg entrance. There's still time for Hillary Clinton and Michael Bloomberg to enter the 2020 presidential race as a field of weak candidates continue to fuel speculation of a dark horse savior, said to former strategist Mark Penn on Sunday. There's still a couple of days here. I don't know whether Clinton will look at Michael Bloomberg thing and say, the field's too crowded now, I missed my opportunity. Why would she say that? But then he goes on to say, yes, she could enter because of Michael Bloomberg. Wow, the field's weak. I could come in. I could get 165,000 donors. I'm tied with Joe Biden in some early states. There's still political logic for her. So he goes on to say, I think Michael Bloomberg saw the opportunity and made a pretty intelligent decision. He said, for him, it's now or never in terms of running for president. He never wanted to run for president. This is all for Clinton. It's not rocket science. So Mark Penn wrote a great article in the Wall Street Journal in 2017. I wrote a Huffington Post article in 2017 stating that Clinton will run. This is not happening. Do you understand? I'm trying to tell everyone this. This is not happening the way people think it's happening. To lend credence, to actually say, well, is there a path for Hillary? There's no. Clinton is a Sherman tank. The Golden Muumuu is a Sherman tank. She doesn't need a path. There's an agreement that's still, almost certainly still in effect, that Donna Brazile wrote about in Politico, where Clinton essentially runs the DNC, and that was written in Politico. Nobody believes, when they're trying to impeach President Trump, and they're saying that he went after Biden, what they're doing is they're actually trying to bolster the belief that the Democratic primary wasn't only about Clinton, and it's only about Clinton. They don't have a primary. It's a political machine. The Republicans had a primary, and Trump won. They didn't want Trump. People like McCain and Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio, and they didn't want Trump. He won. Okay? The difference being that they didn't want Bernie, and he lost. They cheated Bernie Sanders. They tried to cheat Trump. It did not work. So whether it's next week or in December or at the end of November or a week before Super Tuesday, if let's say she's not in Iowa, people say, "Oh, you were wrong, HA." No, I wasn't. No, I'm not, I should say. Big Chris! Here's a beer on me. Thank you. Love you, buddy. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Imagine the good Trump will do a second term. MAGA 2020. She's running. Exactly. Big Chris. Thank you very, very much. I hope all is well. And thank you. Thank you as always for watching. Big Chris. Thank you. Atom Bomb 31458. Thank you. Atom Bomb 31458. Thank you. Thank you. Big Chris. Thank you. Big Chris, Atom Bomb 31458. Ex-Clinton strategists don't rule out Hillary run amidst news of Bloomberg entrance. Okay, this is November 10th, 2019. The question here is why anyone would believe that Clinton cares about what Democrats or what anyone thinks of her. The prevailing notion is that Clinton would not run because she would lose. Well, who cares? Who cares? I mean, she doesn't care. She does not care at all. So Daily Mail, don't rule out Hillary Clinton joining 2020 race, says her former strategist. New York Post, ex-Clinton strategist, don't rule out Hillary run amidst Bloomberg entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, Sanderford! As a Bear fan, that hat offends me and hurts my precious feelings, both of them. Sanderford! I got this and a bunch of other beanies 75% off. So I have about a whole bunch of NFL beanies. So this one just fits nice and I like the way it looks. I mean, I like the Packers. I like a bunch of teams, but I grew up a Raiders fan. But then they moved to Oakland from Los Angeles, so I didn't stay with them when they moved. But Sanderford, thank you so very much. Big Chris, thank you. Adambomb 31458, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there doesn't need to be a path. The whole thing is complete and utter nonsense. They cheated Bernie Sanders. The DNC emails already document that the whole thing is tailored for Clinton. Sarah, thank you. The whole thing is tailored for Clinton. The DNC emails in 2016 forced Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign. Now you're getting, Clinton strategist today, November 10th, 2019. Now you're getting, oh my goodness, Clinton's going to run. It's like, no, Clinton will not run. I mean, Clinton is going to run. But no, Biden's not going to win. And then you get Bernie Sanders today, which is, I'd say, this is what I can't stand anymore. And this is what I can't stand anymore. And I don't know why he's doing this, but Bernie Sanders, so Bloomberg, you will not buy this election. What does he say? Don't think you can buy this election. You ain't gonna buy this election. What clout does Bernie Sanders have? If Bloomberg were the nominee, you want to know how I know that Bernie would support the billionaire? Because he supported Clinton, who got money and favors and everything that she could possibly get from billionaires and Wall Street. So that's how I know that Bernie has no intention of stopping anything. He couldn't even say that he was cheated. You ain't gonna buy this election. You're not gonna buy this election. Then you have Slate. Sanders couldn't stop laughing at report of Bezos asking Bloomberg about presidential run. Why are you laughing? Then you have Bernie and AOC, and they're all funneling progressive votes back into the Democratic Party. It's not rocket science. This is not rocket science. Adambomb 31458, thank you. It's not rocket science. It's like They're now what they're doing is the movie, the charade, the theatrical performance is in full swing. And when Clinton runs, it'll be like, well, everyone else is, Eric Holder is running and Michael Bloomberg is running and Biden did something horrendous or God forbid something. And Bernie and Warren, well, those are two sides of the same coin. If you're not going to vote for Warren, you can't vote for Bernie then, I guess. So it's like this whole thing is completely and utterly fabricated. And I know, I get it. Like, people are tired. They don't want to hear any more about it. They're tired. They'll say, talk about something different. I mean, I have, like, most of my segments for the past 3, 4, 5, 10 days, whatever. They haven't been. Most of my segments on this channel are not about Clinton, although a lot are. But on the other channel, she literally, on H.A. Goodman's other channel, You can hear the audio where she's like, oh, yeah, I'll back the nominee. And then she's like, coy. And she's like, oh, because I know who it's going to be. Well, of course, she knows it's going to be her. Sandiford! It amuses me some of the same Democrats who profess hatred of Trump support Mr. Big Gulp. Isn't hypocrisy fun? Yeah, well, in addition to the billionaire aspect of things, their whole thing is they create this world around Trump. I was at the bookstore today, and there's a book by Mark Halpern, and it's a book called How to Stop Trump. Oh yeah. Now, and the Washington Post is, my God. I mean, the Washington Post did him dirty. And then they say, well, this is a Washington Post article, November 7, 2009. They did him dirty. Nobody is buying Mark Halpern's book. The disgraced journalist publisher lambasts. Okay, so disgraced journal. My God. I mean, so this is what the left will do to you. I won't even get into what's going on there. But it's like, this is basically a microcosm of why they'll never defeat Trump. Here you have a journalist who, okay, he's had issues I'm not going to get into, or allegations, whatever. But here you have a journalist who was pretty well known and respected, and intelligent, did good work, very respected, okay? For years and years. Now the Washington Post wants absolutely nothing to do with him. And he was like an esteemed, respected journalist, a very, very influential figure in liberal politics. Writes a book on how to defeat Trump. And this is a microcosm on why they will never defeat Trump. And he's going to go 8 years, in addition to the fact that Clinton is unelectable and she's going to lose. Let me just read this article. So, here, okay. Earlier this fall, Halpern's publisher defended her choice to give his project a platform. Why shouldn't they have given this man's project a platform? Why? He's never been indicted or, like, in a court of law, he's never been... I don't know if there's lawsuits, I don't know. So suddenly he can never make a living anymore. This is exactly why. So from my understanding, no one has he's never lost a legal case. So they did him dirty. This is why they cannot defeat Trump. This is why they cannot, this man's career has now been encapsulated into, allegations against him, fine. But whether or not they're true is completely irrelevant to the Washington Post. Completely irrelevant. I won't even get into it. You know what? I'll do a segment on... Oh, geez. What, should I do a segment on H.A. Goodman's other channel? Maybe I will. So here's like one of the top, most respected, most influential liberal journalists. Here's one of the most... In months... His entire career is done with, over, And the Washington Post refers to him as a disgraced journalist. That's it. Game over. Game, set, match. And then you have this. Then you have these, like, I don't even want to get into it. You know what? I don't even want to get into it. Okay, so there you go. It's just unbelievable. So then he writes a book. He writes a book on how to beat Trump. And by the way, I'm looking at the book, and it's the whole thing's like, total, I disagree with everything. Carl's opinion. Thank you, Carl's opinion. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Carl's opinion. Hope all is well. Hope Cartman is well. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, as always. You're very, very generous and kind, and everyone subscribe to Carl's opinion. Thank you. Nicole, thank you. But how are you? So the whole thing, the book itself, is basically a book written by a Democrat. Everything in there on what Trump did and his how he's ruining democracy and all that stuff. Okay, I disagree with all of it. But this man's entire life, this man's entire career has been completely basically erased from history, from the liberal intelligentsia. And then they complain about Trump. They don't realize that, see, the only way to survive on the left, or being a liberal or progressive journalist, is to really not care what any of them think of you, and to completely ignore the contempt or disdain. So when I got hit pieces written on me, the reason was I was correct and accurate in everything I said. I said Clinton could not win, and I was trying to tell people that. And I wrote in the Huffington Post, The Hill, and Salon, and the editors of every publication, the Cleveland Plain Dealer, the Huffington Post, Salon, the editors gave my writing a stamp of approval, whether or not they agreed with my thoughts or not. And I'm on 31458. Goodman Sticks Crowder. They keep me sane in a lunatic asylum called American media. Yes. And I'm on 31458. Thank you. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Adam on 31458. Thank you. But you gotta understand something. So today, I forgot that Mark Halperin had whatever there's certain allegations, whatever, and so. But I do remember him. I believe he wrote a book. Was he the co-author of Game Change? Okay, so hold on. Game Change. So John Heilman and Mark Halperin. Okay, it's supposed to be, one of the classic liberal political books. #1 New York Times bestseller. Okay, so Obama and the Clintons, McCain and Palin, and the race of a lifetime. Okay, so Game Change was a really big, and he was a political commentator for years on ABC, and it's like. So the Washington Post. So first they were going to cancel his book, but then they came out with it. And I was actually at the bookstore today, and I picked it up and read, because I'm like, okay, well, how do they think they're going to defeat Trump? Because they ain't defeating him. And it's basically like everything that you've heard from MSNBC and just, CNN all wrapped into one book. So it's whatever. I guess there's some interesting, it's definitely a book that you would want if you didn't like Trump. If you were a Democrat, you'd want to read that book. But see, if you listen to the Washington Post, that's it's like negative publicity. So that kind of proves, in a way, why that kind of illustrates why Trump will win. See, this is the issue here. Clinton is going to run. When she runs, there's going to be such mayhem, and it's going to all take place on the left. And you're going to see people. You're going to see the most negativity that you've ever seen on social media. Because the same issues that caused that journalist that I just mentioned to lose favor among the liberal elite, or to lose favor among the Washington Post, I should say, are the same issues that will never be attached to Hillary Clinton or even me, Bill. Oh my goodness, I can't do. I for the one of the few times I can't do my Bill. Good Bill. Hold on, let me try. I can't believe the people would do him like that. There are going to be so many angry people on the left, and they're not going to dare. See, they'll express their anger, dismay, frustration, disbelief. They'll try to pretend that their voice is enough to dissuade people or to voice discontent. That they'll pretend that their discontent is meaningful to the Democratic Party, that the Democratic Party cares how they feel if Clinton runs again. That's why she's waiting forever. Because people on the left would rather... Eric H526, thank you. Eric, thank you. Luke St. Martin, thank you. Liberals and progressives would rather watch The Exorcist on continual loop in a haunted house alone. The Exorcist on continual loop in a haunted house alone. And then Poltergeist. And then The Shining. And every single Alfred Hitchcock movie. And every single Twilight Zone episode. And every single Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street episode. Sequel, movie. Every single Friday the 13th. Then think about the Golden Moo running again. But see, you have to understand why I'm the biggest Hillary Clinton supporter, because not only has she been a tremendously positive voice and positive and wonderful and great Secretary of State, she was a senator. Her foreign policy decisions have been impeccable. Everything has worked out. Mother C101! Dems think due process is... Mother C, thank you. Woke AF! God bless you, Woke AF. I can't say certain words, but I know who the is and didn't okay himself. God bless you, Woke AF. I apologize. You're too kind and you're too generous. Thank you. And I wish I could say everything, but I have to just fly below the radar this year. Woke AF. Everyone thank Woke AF and Carl's opinion for me on the chat. Thank you, Woke AF. Yes, and sometimes you just gotta Occam's razor. Woke AF, your message reminds me of Occam's razor. So, the simplest explanation, the one that requires the least amount of assumptions, is usually correct. So, woke AF! Thank you so very, 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 very much. Carl's opinion, thank you. This is going to be, and if anything, these segments are like public service messages. Okay? Woke AF, thank you. Carl's opinion! Mr. Goodman, Mark Halpern's co-author John Halleman is crying at the Jacob Javits Center on the night he lost. Now he bashes President Trump on MSNBC every day. Yep. And the interesting thing is, John Heilman had I think it was Halpern and Heilman. Carl, thank you very much, Carl, as always. Woke AF, thank you. Carl, thank you. You know, Carl, I believe I think it was Halpern and Heilman who, they were on a Bloomberg, like an interview, a Bloomberg interview, I believe, with Michael Mukasey. This was during Clinton's email debacle, where she transferred top secret and special access program intelligence outside of the United States government. And that's according to NBC News. So everything I say can be traced back to reputable sources, always. I mean, my opinions are based on reputable sources. So, my opinion is my opinion, and my viewpoint is my viewpoint. But what I say, the facts, it is a fact that she had top secret intelligence on her servers. The question now is, how did it get there? But Carl and Woke AF, Heilman and Halpern asked former Attorney General Michael Mukasey. They asked him, great informer, hello, HA and Carl's opinion, what's up? Great informer, hello, hope all is well. They asked, and this is going to take forever. They asked Carl and Woke AF. They asked Michael Mukasey, the former Attorney General, like, well, is this a criminal investigation? Mukasey's like, yeah, it is. And so he's like, yeah, what she did was a criminal act. So Mukasey is pretty hardcore. Ursula Stasic, Ursula, Golden Moo forever. Yeah. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you. So it's like the interesting thing is that when they are actually interviewing people who have been in, like Michael Mukasey, who is he's not part of the liberal establishment. He's part of more of obviously he was George W. Bush's Attorney General. So they ask him, what about Clinton's servers? And he just went off. The server issue was the biggest cybersecurity debacle of all time. To think that Clinton would use servers for 4 years and then worry about what people think of her. Ursula, thank you very much. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you. The issue here is that people don't believe that Clinton will run again because it will be so chaotic, it will be so frustrating, it'll be so divisive, it'll obliterate the entire Democratic Party. But see, that's exactly why I want Clinton to run. And by the way, I am going to defend Hillary Clinton throughout the primary. Because anybody who thinks they're going to, go up against the Clinton machine, and so I'll obviously vote for Trump, and Trump's going to win. And in my own special way, I'll talk about all her wonderful successes and wonderful foreign policy decisions and wonderful decision to use servers, all that stuff. But I will not stand. Do you understand? I will not stand any dissent from the left against a wonderful and brilliant Hillary Clinton. Do you understand me? It ain't happening. Because the same people who tried to disparage me when I was telling them that Clinton couldn't win, when I was telling them that Bernie is running against basically a criminal, they disparaged me. They tried to insult me. They tried to demean me, but I don't care. What do I care? If a person is judged by their adversaries, I'm like, there's nothing to say about me, because the people who don't like me are the biggest imbeciles on the planet. But I'll be watching. And I'll be watching who dares say anything bad about Hillary. And I'll make sure that nobody says anything. Nobody on the left says anything bad about Hillary Clinton, because she's absolutely wonderful. She'll lose to Trump, but we need that to take place. Because Biden is so strong, and Warren and Bernie are so strong. That if Clinton gets in, they'll lose. But if Biden were to run, he'd win. Clinton wouldn't win with outspending. Okay, you can add all of them. Let's say each of them in an alternate universe were going to become nominee. Bernie, Warren, and Biden. You could add all the money they would raise together, and it wouldn't even total what Clinton would raise on her own. So woke AF, thank you. Carl, as always, thank you. Ursula, thank you. Arya, thank you. This is a message to everybody on the left. You say one bad thing about Hillary Clinton, you're going to have me to contend with. Don't pretend now. Ain't no future in your frontin', like MC Breed, one of the great rappers of all time. You just better enjoy the show. You better support Madam Secretary. And that's it. Don't pretend now. Because I'm going to make sure you don't become H.A. Goodman, H.A. Badman. I'm going to make sure you're not working with the Russians. Oh, yeah. You better not say anything bad about Hillary. Better not. Better not. No. No. Don't say anything bad. No. Because when I try to tell people, oh my God, he's horrible. Okay. Well, there you go. And you have to understand something. I'm obviously being, there's a great deal of satire. Obviously, the whole thing is satire and sarcasm here to an extent. But you have to understand how divisive it'll be. I don't know if you appreciate my little shtick, but like, I'll give it to you again. It'll be like this. Look. Every day, even nowadays on social media, it's like this. It's like this is what's going to happen the day Clinton decides to run. First of all, by the way, I already know what's going to happen. Okay, I already know what's going to happen, because God forbid, the Clinton campaign gives me one day of happiness to where I can be like, God forbid. It'll be like this. It'll be like, Clinton filed in this state, but she's not running yet. I'll be like, oh my God, dude, why? Why can't you just say you're running, okay? Then it'll be like, okay, then slowly she'll be like, fine, I'm doing it, But it'll be like this long process. Oh my God. It'll be this long process. Okay. But here. It'll be like this. This is what happens the day she officially announces. It'll be like the rose, the icon with the rose, and God bless them. Like, I used to be pretty much, I don't know, I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. Never good enough for the rose icon people, a lot of them. Some of them like me, but most, I don't even know. Whatever. God bless them. But this is how it's going to be. Dude, Hillary's running again. Dude, Hillary's running again. No, that's it. No. I'll be H.A. Badman, whatever. I'm not voting for Hillary. And then this is the liberal. This is the I'm with her supporter. You're not for what? You're what? I don't know, man. You're a Trumper all along. I've been talking to you all this time on social media, and you're a Trumper? No, dude, I don't even like Trump. What are you talking about, man? Chill out. Calm down. I can't stand the Clintons. I don't like broccoli. Who cares? I eat it because it's good for your health. Who cares? You working for Putin now? Maybe I should let Jack Dorsey know about your account. Where do you work, by the way? Dude, just relax, man. Just chill out, man. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? You like Tulsi Gabbard, don't you? You're a Tulsi Gabbard supporter. Dude, just chill. Okay? I'm gonna get off social media now. You just relax. Okay? No, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not working for Russia. Okay? But I don't know if I can vote for Clinton. You're not going to vote for Clinton because you're probably getting your tiki torch ready. And you're probably a Trump supporter, and you're probably H.A. Badman's cousin, and you're probably, campaigning for Tulsi Gabbard. So you want to let 8 years of Trump? You want to let record low unemployment and record highs in the stock market? And peace between North and South Korea? You want this? You want prison reform legislation? You want record low black and Latino unemployment? Dude, calm down, man. Dude, this is the I'm with her people. I can't wait to see you lose. Who do you like, Warren or Bernard? Both are Russian operatives. Both are Jill Stein light. Huh? You're going to bend the knee to Hillary. You know what? I hope Trump wins. You hope Trump wins? This is exactly what I thought you would say. Yeah, man. I hope Trump wins, okay? Enjoy it. Whatever, I don't hope Trump wins. I'm just saying it because I want this person to get upset. I knew it. We're surrounded by Trumpers everywhere. We have to purge the ranks. We have to make sure that there's only good liberals who will vote for Hillary. This is exactly, this is not even hyperbole. That's exactly what's going to take place. And then that's the argument between a liberal and a progressive. Then you'll get the argument from two progressives, which will be so be like, dude, Hillary entered the race. Can you believe it? Oh my God. Yeah, well, you know what? If this Bernie thing doesn't work out, I guess we'll have to close ranks around Hillary, right? Right? I don't know, man. I don't know. Remember that, nutso guy named H.A. Badman? Well, he voted for Jill Stein, and then he's like now a Trumper. I wouldn't go nutso like him, but I probably won't vote for Hillary. You won't vote for Hillary, huh? Your privilege is showing. You know what? I always knew you were that kind of person. Okay, I'm not going to call you a Trump supporter, but really, I'm not going to call you a Trump supporter, but you know what? You're basically a Russian operative. Why don't you just go campaign for Tulsi Gabbard? Okay, why am I even talking to you? I'm going to let everyone, all of your friends, I'm going to let them know what you just said about Clinton. That you would rather not vote at all and let the orange monster, devour the entire known universe. Huh? You like Trump? You like Trump? You like Trump? No, man. Can't you see my rose icon? Obviously, I don't. You're tripping out now. I'm going to go. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just going. So, thank you, Robin Lee. Isn't it? Isn't it? And that's between two progressives. So, but it gets horrible. Here, I'll give you an actual I'm going to look at these. Hold on. So this is an actual. So this is one. This is one actual segment. So there's a Clinton supporter. I'm with her. This is just a couple hours ago. Okay. So composed, grateful, graceful. Hillary behaved at one. This is a concession speech that she gave. Okay. Oh my God, I love Hillary, and she was just so composed. Another person, she's the best. No one even comes close. And then you have one Bernie Sanders supporter. Bernie was better, he would have won. And then you have then you have somebody, I'm not even going to say the actual name, but it's, it's basically like an I'm with her person, but very anti-Bernie. They dislike Bernie Sanders more than they dislike Trump, trust me. So they said Bernie couldn't make it throughout the primary. He has health issues, all this stuff. This is what I'm with her. Hillary got 4 million more votes than Bernie, but only 3 million more than Trump, meaning basically that even Bernie was worse than Trump. Okay. Then you get one person saying the only thing that makes me feel good is that Bernie's going to get his behind. I'm actually paraphrasing. Again, this election, it'll be wonderful watching your meltdowns. Now, this is an I'm with her person. It's not, nothing's ever changed. Do you understand? They're just as ruthless. So there's no way they're going to defeat. Pactalon. Eleanor Roosevelt endorses Clinton from the grave. Probably. So then you get Bernie lost again. Then you get finally, and yet Hillary lost to the orange man. Okay, so the contempt that they have for the left is going to be in complete chaotic mode. Complete and utter chaotic mode. And they're not, their whole thing is like, well, you have to, oh, Lord, kidding me. Their whole thing is like, well, just consistently make certain that everyone falls in line. even though it doesn't happen, it's going to affect voter turnout, and the economy's too good. Clinton cannot defeat Trump. But anyway, give me your thoughts below. Ladies and gentlemen, check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. People, thank you so much. God bless. To my super chat, thank you. Happy Veterans Day, and God bless all the veterans and their families. Thank you so very, very much, everyone. Carl's Opinion, Woke AF, everyone, thank you. Adam 31458, thank you. And people, thank you so very much. God bless. Thank you again, everyone. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel.